Hi, in today's video, I will show you how to build your first AI agent with LangChain. And in this notebook, I've come up with some questions that will expose two huge limitations of our GPT models from OpenAI. And those limitations are the knowledge cutoff, which, if you're familiar, is somewhere around 2021, September, October. And also, if you notice, large language models are really bad at math, even if it's only slightly complicated. So yeah, and I will show you how to give our agent a tool and a toolkit, and how it can use those tools, and how it can decide which tools it should use with this React kind of prompting, which is reasoning and acting in a loop of thought, action, observation. And I hope this project will give you some hands-on experience with AI agents. So let's just dive in. Before we move to the project, I want to show you some of my conversations with ChatGPT. And as you probably know, ChatGPT has this knowledge cutoff in now January 2022. So when I ask it questions about like current things like NBA champions, it tells me that Milwaukee Bucks won the championship in 2021, but its knowledge cutoff is in 2022. And right now, ChatGPT knows it's October 2023. So it gives me the answer while telling me this information is probably outdated. So I asked some other questions like FIFA World Cup. So it also told me who won it in because it talks about women. So in 2018, and France won it, which is correct. However, it's not the most current. And I asked about volleyball, which is a lesser known sport, but very popular in my home country, in Poland. So I asked about European champions, and it told me about Serbia, and that it won in 2021, which is false, interestingly. And again, it tells me it's October 2023. And I asked one more question: who's NBA all-time leading scorer? And tells me it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I asked a math question: what's his total points to the power of 0.42, and it gave me this answer, which is also, let me just show you, incorrect. It should be about 84. It told me 67. So what I did, I used web browsing feature to get more updated answers. And it told me like the NBA champion are Denver Nuggets, which is correct. And I asked about FIFA World Cup, and for some reason it didn't. I said who won the last FIFA World Cup, and for some reason it didn't use browsing. So I asked about the current FIFA champions, and then it did browse, and it gave me the right answer. And again, I said about the current volleyball European champion, and it gave me the right answer as well. So as you can see, like this current word triggers the browsing feature, because here again it didn't browse, and it told me about Kareem, and the math is really bad. And then when I said about the current, it updated its answer to the correct one with LeBron James, and the points are actually also correct, 38652 and 38652. But again, the math is very, very bad. And just to show you, it should be again about 84. So that's the ChatGPT part. And so let's move to the project right now. And I've already prepared this notebook where we will use like the standard OpenAI models, GPT 3.5 or GPT-4. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So first, to even run this notebook, we will need OpenAI API key, which is standard. But for this one, we will also need another API key for Google search. And so I gave you these two links. Let me just show you how to do that. Just to have it all, like this is where you have to go to get the SERP API key, and then you need to sign in or register. Registering is pretty easy if you use your Google account. So I've registered today, so let me just go to my account. And in your free tier, you get 100 searches in a month. And I've used 15 already today. But the very important part is this, your private API key. I just copy it. Then I go to my .env file. And this is actually the second key. So I'm just pasting it here. And then you need to go to OpenAI. Like again, I gave you the link and the notebook, and then you create a new secret key. Let's call it AI agent. I create the secret key. It's generated the key. I just copy it and paste it immediately here and save it. And this is very important because once I click on done, I can't see the key anymore. I mean, I can see only the beginning and the ending, but I cannot copy it anymore. So we've got these keys which we will use in the project, and this is how I load the API keys, because I keep my .env file in a parent directory. But if you use it in the same directory, you should just run these three lines of code. Of course, you need to uncomment here, but I'm using the more complex one, and I should have my API keys right now because I see true here. And let's move to the LangChain part. And first, we will just use the standard models, and the standard question. So let me just show you, like for the normal OpenAI model, there's text DaVinci normal Nano 3. Okay, cool. And who is the current NBA champion? And it tells me the Los Angeles Lakers are the current NBA champion. Okay, which is, if you remember, when we were here, we saw the Denver Nuggets. So let me just the current NBA champion, Denver Nuggets. So okay, our DaVinci has the knowledge cutoff probably before 2021, because the Lakers won the championship in 2020. So let's see if the chat models can do it better, and the chat models are usually the GPT-3, like the default one is the GPT 3.5 Turbo, and let's see what it predicts. As of September, so Milwaukee Bucks again, and it tells me that they won in 2021 season. Let's see what happens if I ask GPT-4. So I just do pretty much the same, but I specify the model to be GPT-4. And yeah, I see that it's GPT-4, who is the current NBA champion. And let's see. again, Milwaukee Bucks. So it's because of the knowledge cutoff. And let's try again what we did in ChatGPT about the leading scorer, which is Kareem. And again, like the math is very bad. And again, the reminder, it should be about 84. So actually, both answers are wrong because as we went through the example, we know that LeBron has already surpassed Kareem. And so this part of the answer is wrong because of the knowledge cutoff. And the answer to the second part, the math part, is wrong because GPT isn't great at math. Yeah, so let's talk about the agent. And agents, I won't go deep into the theory, but it's a kind of chain of thoughts reasoning, and it works in 3 steps, and it includes thought, action, and observation. And I've got this image from an online course on deep learning and AI, and I will link this course in the description. But the point is, like, it has 3 steps: thought, action, and observation. And I will just show you in action how LangChain agents use those 3 steps. So first we need to do some imports, and then we need to give our agent 2 tools. And first one is this SERP API, so it can do Google search. And for that, we need to install this Google search result. And then we will use LLM math to see if it does better at math. So for this tool, this is why we needed this API key. And that's why it's here. And then we've got our agent executor, which uses these tools we just defined. And our LLM, as a reminder, was the standard DaVinci model. So let's see. And then we just describe the agent type, which is zero-shot React description. And the React is, again, this chain of thought reasoning. And we set this to true to see how, to see step by step how our agent gets the answer. Okay, I forgot to run this cell, and I probably forgot to run this cell. Okay, let's do the imports and then the tools and our agent executor. And let's see how it answers this question. And this is a very, very convenient way of, we see everything because we set this verbose to true. And I need to find who won the most recent NBA championship. Search, which action is search, which is pretty much this SERP API. And for some reason, it assumes, it still lives in 2020. So it's asked about 2020 NBA champions, and it gave me this wrong Los Angeles Lakers answer. So the Los Angeles Lakers are the 2020 NBA champions. And if you remember, when I asked about the same question, who is the current NBA champion, it also told me about the Los Angeles Lakers. So our DaVinci thinks it's the Lakers, and it thinks it's 2022. 2020, I'm sorry, it thinks it's 20. So when I said who is the current NBA champion, it searches for 2020 champion. And I just added this comment because I ran this code before, and it's repeated. It just assumes it's 2020. So I just thought about asking about the NBA title in 2023. And so, because this action search is probably what it
typed in the Google, like in the Google search. So instead of 2020 NBA champions, I just forced it to use 2023, and it says the Nuggets won the NBA title, which is correct again, but I had to force it to use 2023, which kind of shows that the DaVinci doesn't really work as well as we want to. And let me just run the other one, who's the all-time NBA all-time leading scorer, and we know it's LeBron, and I ask the same math question. And as we can see, it uses search. So action, it's about the tool. So the tool is search, and the action input is NBA all-time leading scorer. So it uses Google search with this input, and it's got the answer. And then there's another thought. Okay, now I've got this number, and I would need to calculate it to the power of 0.42, because that's what I've defined here. And the other action will be calculator. So let me just remind you again, we said this LLM math, we've added this LLM math to our agent's tools. So it uses the calculator and it gives the equation, what we want to compute, and the answer is around 84.45. And let's go back to our calculator, 84.45, which is finally the correct answer. So it's got both the name right, the points, and then the equation, like the computation. And it gave me the answer is the all-time leading scorer with the total points of, which isn't correct again, because it should give me this 38,000. But okay, let's give it a pass on this one. But finally, we've got the right answer about LeBron, the total points, and it's calculated correctly. It's just confused the answer here. Okay, cool. So we've got it, and it's worked with DaVinci, because we've used like the standard LLM here. And I want to show you the agent with a chat model this time, which will be our chat OpenAI standard. But I want to show you how to define this tool using agents tools, and this time we will use this SERP API wrapper and with some short description. And this is actually taken from LangChain documentation, and also I will provide link in the description. So let me just define the SERP agent this way. So we've got new tools right now, and I want you to pay attention that we've used only search. So only SERP. We're not using LLM math this time. And again, we initialize the agent with new tools, and our model will be chat OpenAI standard. So we will use GPT 3.5 turbo, and then agent type is the same as before, but we use this chat prefix. But again, we use this React description. And I already asked the question, who is the current FIFA men's world champion? And I was looking for Argentina. Let's see what we get. Okay, and again, we've got action search and action input. And it is correct with the Argentina, and it gave us the answer. So there was no assumption about the year, which is already better. And let's just see who is the current NBA champion. And it says Denver Nuggets. And that's funny. Okay, it found the answer, which is actually the correct answer, but for some reason it said it thought it was incorrect, and it's changed the input search to 2021 NBA champion, and now it gave me to Milwaukee Bucks, which is new. When I ran it previously, I got the right answer. I mean, it stopped here because it's after the like this thought was, okay, I've got the answer, so let me just give it back to the user, and it gave me Denver Nuggets, which is very interesting and which shows only that those agents are not perfect yet. But it's very important for you as someone who implements it to understand the limitations of the agents and that you cannot trust everything that they give you. Okay, interesting. Let's run the other query, and I repeat myself with all-time reading scorer, and then again this math question, NBA all-time leading scorer, LeBron James, thought I have found. And that's the difference between this answer and the previous one, because right now it says, okay, I've got LeBron, and it's he's the all-time leading scorer. Okay, and it's found that LeBron is the all-time leading scorer, and now I need to do something else. And in this case, it was he assumed that the observation was incorrect. Okay, I just had to run it for the second time because it gave me the wrong answer. I mean, I faced an error, but again, okay, so it did the search, NBA all-time leading scorer, and it gave it LeBron. Okay, LeBron, so many points, and now I have to calculate these points to the power of 0.42. And I will have to go back because right now the first action was search, and now the action is search again. And in the previous example, when I showed you the LLM agent, the other action was calculator. So the first one was search and the second one was calculator. And it's only because I gave this agent two tools. I gave it SERP API and LLM math. And this time I gave it only one tool, only search. And for both action, it's used search, not calculator, but search. So at first it's used search to find, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong place. So it's used search to find the all-time NBA leading scorer, and then it's used search to do this computation. And probably Google provided the right answer because this is the right answer. So our agent has handled the problem using Google search. And since it gave it the right answer, I'm really happy with that answer. And like the Google search was enough, and it gave me the final answer. LeBron James is the NBA all-time leading scorer with 38,000 points, and his total points to the power of 0.42 is so much. So this is the great answer, and it's got everything correct because it's given me the name, the total points, and the math equation. Okay, cool, amazing, we've got it. What about the volleyball? Let's start with the standard question with the GPT 3.5 Turbo, and I'm asking the same question 3 times. First using GPT 3.5 Turbo, and the current men's volleyball European champion is Serbia. It's won the title in 2019 by defeating Slovenia Slovenia in the final, and this answer was correct in 2021. So we've got it. And let's see what GPT-4 thinks about it. Is Slovenia, and they won the 2021 Men's European Volleyball Championship. So as you can see there, this is also a great example because we're using two different models, GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, and they both give us different answers. And interestingly, like this one because there was championships in September 2021, so it's giving us the answer from 2019, which is correct, but this one already gives us the results from 2021, and it says Slovenia, and it's wrong. And by it's wrong, I mean if I go to Wikipedia and I'm on 2021 Men's European Volleyball Championship, and the champions was Italy, and Slovenia was the runner-up. So it's got more updated answer. So it talked already about the 2021 championships. However, Slovenia is an incorrect answer because Italy won it. So very, very interesting. And let us use our agent to see who is the current men's volleyball European champion. And it gives us the answer Poland, which is the correct answer because there was European Championship last month in September 2023, and Poland actually won it. So this answer is correct. That's it for today, and I hope you can see how AI agents can help you address some limitations of large language models. And in our examples, we've used this. We talked about those two limitations, which is the knowledge cutoff and the math problems for large language models. And this question, who is the NBA all-time leading scorer and what's his total point to the power of 0.42, addresses both those limitations, and our simple agent has given us the right answer. So yeah, we managed to overcome the problems. And I really like this example where the agent was incorrect, because it's made this in the first iteration it was given the right answer, but the agent itself has decided that the observation was incorrect, which is very interesting. And that's something we must also kind of expect, because we give the model the power to decide, and yeah, it was just wrong. So I really love that. I really love this example. Thank you for today, and I'll see you in the next one.